Today I would like to talk to you about if you're getting the results you would like. So, if you end up finding this video interesting, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to join the discussion on, the topics in the video, leave a comment down below. Um, so obviously there's multiple factors to, you know, what results you're getting, and sometimes some of these factors get overlooked. Um, Most people just think of, it as a very binary, you take these actions, you get these results. You don't take the actions, you don't get the results you're looking for. Um, that's very simplistic, and sometimes it can be that basic. Um, but if you don't know what you're shooting for, if you don't have a goal in mind, it's hard to, get the results you're looking for if you don't know what you're going after, what you're aiming at. So, no target, you might look as, the results are really no results because you don't have a target. That's sort of the first step, is deciding on what you want, making a decision, and crafting a goal. Part of going after a goal, though, is having the right mindset. So, if I decide I want to become a millionaire, but I have poverty thoughts, if I, think things like, oh, all millionaires are, crooks, and, rich people are evil and stuff like that, well, subconsciously I'm programming my mind to, get rid of any money that comes in. So, I might start making progress and, make a few $1,000s a month or whatever, and, maybe I adjust my spending to, spend every penny that comes in, and then, I'm making more money, but I'm not saving any because my poverty thinking is telling me rich people are evil. I don't want to be evil. Let's get rid of this money. We might not even be aware of that being what's going on, but mindset can be important in that. So sometimes when we set a goal, we have to take an audit of our thinking and adjust it if necessary so that we don't self-sabotage. Another factor would be taking an audit of your activity. So, if you have a 9 to 5 job, you work 40 hours a week, what are you doing with the rest of your time? If your goal is to start a business and you go to work for 40 hours, and let's say you commute an hour round trip each day, so you're adding another 5 hours a week. You have 45 hours blocked off that your focus is work. Well, okay, maybe you sleep 8 hours a day. Okay, that's 8 hours a day times 7. that you don't have to work towards your goals. So, with the rest of your time, are you spending 2 or 3 hours in the evening watching Netflix? If you're, trying to relax in the evening, you know, that might help with relieving some of the stress, but watching 3 hours of Netflix is not going to get you any closer to your goal. So when auditing how you're spending your time, you might find 10 or 15 hours a week or whatever that you could, you know, change what you're doing, and instead of relaxing, you could start putting in the work towards starting your business. You could, develop a business plan. You could start reading books on business and money and trying to understand the market that you want to get into, and that will position you yourself to eventually start that business you want. Or let's say your goal is to get into better shape. Well, sitting on the couch watching 3 hours of Netflix isn't going to get you six pack abs. And neither is that, Big Mac meal you had for dinner, or, half of a large pizza. You have to, kind of take a look at the whole picture and say, what obstacles are in my way that I need to address. If you want a better body and you're eating like shit, well, okay, not everyone wants to, eat salads and, have protein bars for a snack. But is that gonna, get you closer to your goal than eating, 4 or 5 slices of pizza? Probably. So, just take a look at what you're doing and what you can change. What's the gap between where you are and where you want to be? And just make incremental changes to, start moving towards that goal. Because if you try to make that leap overnight, you're gonna get discouraged because you ate a salad and had a protein shake for dinner, and then you jump on the scale the next day and it hasn't budged. You might get discouraged. Well, you're not gonna drop 20 pounds overnight. You have to be consistent with trying to make progress, and you also have to think realistically. If I expect to lose that 20 pounds off of eating one, healthy meal and going for a 30-minute walk, well, I'm just shortchanging myself. I'm not being realistic. Um, there's a couple of books that kind of are more or less the same idea. One is The Compound Effect by, I believe, Darren Hardy, and the other one is The Slight Edge by, I think, someone Olson. I think his first name starts with a J, but I don't recall. Where they talk about, small incremental changes, 1% change, or even like a you know fraction of a percent change compounded over a year, and how it might not look like it's making any kind of you know tick on scale, that might not look like it's making any progress in the day to day, but then when you're measuring, you know, now to, a couple of months or, a year down the line, you're really, you know, making an impact on that gap. So you have to have that forward thinking when talking about your goal, and be realistic with yourself. Like you need to be disciplined, but you don't need to be too hard on yourself that you don't see overnight results, because in this fast-paced world, that's what gets advertised is the overnight success, and we might not see how the person built up to that success overnight. We might chalk it up to someone getting lucky. Well, how much hard work did they put into getting to their success? You might or might not see that story on how they worked hard for a couple of years before their business became profitable. You might not see some bodybuilder going to the gym 2 or 3 hours a day for, 2 years. You might not see that story in the process of getting to the results. So, it might be easy to get discouraged because, you're not getting there as fast as you think someone else did, but you're not really seeing, how much time and effort they put in. You're just seeing the end results. So to kind of go back to getting the results, you just want to, set the goal. You want to switch your mindset. If need be, you want to, audit your time and make adjustments to focus on your goal. If you're watching too much Netflix, maybe read for half an hour or go to the gym for like 45 minutes, an hour. Just little changes. And if you can't read for half an hour right off, maybe build up to it. Start with 5 or 10 minutes, and then increase it a few minutes a day until you're up to whatever target is of half an hour or an hour of reading. Build up to it. So hopefully you found some value in this video. If you have some thoughts on the topics, again, leave a comment down below, and feel free to keep checking back for more videos on various topics, and have a good day.